In this video lesson, I'm going to show you how you can algebraically manipulate equations, because oftentimes you are going to be asked to rearrange a math equation so that it is solved for a specific variable. So here we have a 4-variable equation, and you are being asked to solve this equation for the letter D. So my strategy, or suggested strategy, is to circle the variable you are trying to solve for, because here's what you need to recognize, right? D is in the denominator currently. It is on the right side of the equal sign, and it is not isolated from all the other variables. So we need to make sure all three things are true. We need to get D in the numerator. We need to get D on the left side of the equal sign. And we have to get D all by itself. Okay, so we have to get all three of those things to do it. And there's a couple different strategies. Cross-multiplying strategy is probably the best, easiest way to do this. So I'm going to actually start with that one. So cross-multiplying, you can only do this when there is an equal sign. Okay, if this is any other operation besides an equal sign, cross-multiplying does not work. So as long as you have a fraction equal to a fraction, you can cross-multiply the numerator of one with the denominator of the other. So that's A times D. And that's going to be equal to B times C. So what have we done so far? If we're trying to solve for that D, we have gotten the D out of the numerator, and we have gotten it on the left side of the equal sign, right? Had you written this the other way, let's say you had written this as BC is equal to AD. You could have done that. No big deal. You can just automatically switch those without any trouble. So we've got AD is equal to BC. What we don't have is DL by itself. Currently, D is being multiplied by A, so we have to divide by A so that the A's will cancel out. But what you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other. So cleaning this up, because this is not satisfactory to leave it all marked up like this, we would simplify it. We'd say D is equal to BC over A. And there you have rearranged this math equation so that it is solved for D. Now, the other way you could do it is the balance strategy, which is similar to the technique that we just did here. What you do to one side of the equation, you have to do to the other side. So what you could do here is, I've got D in the denominator, so I would want to multiply by D on this side, because I don't want D on the right side of the equation. So if I put a D in the numerator on this side, I'm going to have to also do that to the other side. I'm going to stretch out those fraction bars. So if I multiply both sides of this fraction by D, the D's cancel out on the left side, and now I have D on the left side. And it's in the numerator, so I kind of got those two things by that one action. But what I don't have is DL by itself. Currently, D is being multiplied by A and divided by B. We need to get rid of the A and the B. So if I start by dealing with the A, I'm going to divide by A so that it cancels here. But if I'm dividing by A on the left side, I have to divide by A on the other side. So I'm going to cancel out the A's on the left side. But now I have D over B. I want to get rid of B. Since B is in the denominator, I'm going to have to multiply this side of the equation by B, and I'm going to have to do the same over here. So B over B cancels. D is now all by itself in the numerator on the left side of the equation, but we have to clean this up. So D is the only thing left here, is equal to C times B over A. Is that the same thing as this? Absolutely. Okay, so A lot of times in this class, you're going to be asked to rearrange the equation for the desired variable. You don't have to show your work on how you got there. I made all these marks so that you could try to see the method to the madness. Okay, so this is how you algebraically manipulate most equations. These techniques work in lots of different for lots of different equations. So yeah, if you can follow one of those two strategies, you should be able to successfully rearrange equations for the desired variable. That's it for this lesson. We'll see you back in the classroom.